What's up everybody, Leo D here with another vlog, and in this vlog we're going to look at the American DJ Entour Venue. I just got this device and what I want to do is go over all the different features and then I'll set up some lights and we'll do a quick comparison between the Entour Venue and a fog machine that I already own. The Entour Venue is a Faze machine, which means that it uses a water-based solution as opposed to a hazer, which uses an oil-based solution. And what that means is with a water-based solution you will have less residue, but by no means will it not kick off any type of fire alarm, any fire detection systems. When it comes to that, it's probably best to contact the venue and to find out what options you have available. As you can see, the device has DMX inputs and outputs. That means that this device can be controlled via DMX controller or DMX software. On the front of the device you can change the angle of this silver lip, and that changes the output of the phase, so you can have it go straight out, straight up. You can also turn this device on its side, meaning that the phase will go straight up. Right over here you can see the reservoir tank, or you can disconnect the hose and fill it up. On the front of the device you can see some touch pads, and that allows you to manually control the output of the device. The device is a good solid 47 pounds. You can definitely tell it's pretty heavy, and with the liquid in it just adds a little bit more weight to it. If you've seen any of my videos, you already know that I have a couple fog machines that I use wherever I can. So you might ask yourself, why would I go out and get a Faze machine if I already have a fog machine? And the answer is very simple. The output of a fog machine is a big look at this moment, right? When the fog comes out, it's going to be either straight onto the dance floor, right above the dancers. It's going to be a look at this type of moment. Same thing when you do a dancing on the clouds type of effect where you have the low-lying fog. The fog is meant to be seen. It's going to be thick and you want everybody to notice it. With a phaser or with a hazer, if you choose, that atmospheric effect is lighter and it's more discreet. So basically you're putting it out into the atmosphere and you don't want anybody to notice it, but what you will get is body to your lights. And any opportunity that you have to use atmospheric effects like a fog, haze, or in this case Faze with lighting is a plus, because your light show will look more amazing. So now let's take this to the garage and do that side-by-side test. Alright, so here we are in the garage. I have the Entour set up right here, and then my Fog Fury 2000 right here. And the first thing I can tell you is, according to the specs, the Entour warms up in 45 seconds. The Fog Fury warms up in 8 seconds. I'm not going to make you sit here and wait for that to happen. We'll just fast forward through it. But also behind me, I have one of my ADJ QA5 uplights and my Inno quad beam moving par head. Also, just so that you can have an example, so you can see what the fog looks like with those lights on. One of the things I do want to point out is for my Fog Fury, I do have this remote control, which allows me to set up the Fog Fury anywhere within maybe a couple feet, and then I can kick it off just by pressing this button. The Entour, definitely either set it up and forget it, or run some type of DMX so that you can control it from a distance. Once you plug the Fog Fury in, the reservoir tank will turn red. It'll turn green once it's warmed up and ready to go. Alright, as you can see, it's turned green, it's ready to go. Not only do I have a green on the reservoir, but I also have a green on the receiver for the remote control. So we're ready to kick it off. Here we go. Okay, so that was one full burst of the fog machine. Probably lasted a couple seconds. But as you can see, it's super thick. It is super heavy. You can't even see the lights anymore. Let me go ahead and turn off the lights so you can see what that looks like. Now granted, my garage is a single car garage, so there's not a lot of room in here. But as you can see, this is definitely more of a haunted house or some type of Halloween effect. Not something that you would really want to have for an elegant event like a wedding or a formal event, formal dance party. Now the good thing about fogged is eventually it does thin out and it gets to the point where you really want it to be, which is just atmosphere in the air, so that your lights have body and that everybody can enjoy your light show. But it does take a while to get there, and once it's gone, then basically you have to kick off the fog machine again, and it gets thick, and then it thins out, and you go through that cycle over and over again. Now let me air out the garage and we'll kick off the Faze machine. Okay, so I got most of the fog out of the garage. As you can see, if you look closely at the lights, there's still a little bit in here. You can still see just a little bit of body to those lights, but we'll keep going here. Alright, so I'm going to kick this machine on. Alright, so as you can see, it's warming up, and right away I can feel air coming out of the vent. It's got a built-in fan. That's what helps kick the Faze out of the machine. I'm not going to hook up a DMX controller, so instead what I'm going to do is just going to set it up. Now initially I'm going to set it up for 100% output. I'll leave that for a couple seconds, and then I'll turn it down to just a 10% output. I'll leave the, you can control the fan speed and the output speed. I'm going to leave the fan speed as is, but just change the output percentage to 10%. Okay, looks like it's ready to go. It's asking for a DMX address. What I'm doing is I'm going to hit the function button, and I'm going to set it right here for volume 5, fan 5. So I'm going to go ahead and hit volume 100. And fan at 30. As you can see now, it's going to kick off, and there it goes. Now, first thing you notice is it's not as thick coming out. Alright, so now I'm going to lower that volume down to 10%. And I'm going to lower the fan speed as well. To 10%. As you can see, it's just going to be a light output. And the good thing about that is that's just what it's going to do for the rest of the night. And I can put that in a corner somewhere and forget about it. As long as the reservoir is full, it'll do that all night. Right now my garage is closed, so the fog has nowhere to go. So eventually it's going to get pretty thick in here. But as you can see, at 10%, I've got a nice thick layer. And it's not getting any thicker than what it is. I know some of you say, well, hey, you could do the same thing with a fog machine, right? You can just, you know, burst the fog machine for a couple seconds and that's it. And you're right. But as you can see, the Faze is not something that's thick and in your face, look at me type of element. It's very subtle. It's just out and about, and it's going to fill up the room slowly, and it's going to give your lights body, which is what I'm looking for again, those very, very elegant, those subtle events where you want your light show to look amazing, but at the same time you don't need to scare everybody with the big white puffs of fog coming at them. So overall, I definitely don't see myself getting rid of my fog machines. There's definitely a place for them. I'm always going to do those school events or those events where I really want that thick, in-your-face puff of fog events. But definitely the next time I do one of those formal events where I bring my light show, I'm definitely going to contact the venue to make sure that they can do something so I can use my phaser, and it's just going to make the light show that much more amazing. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please put them down in the bottom. I'll get to those answers. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Thankfully, things seem to be getting back to normal, so there should be some more videos coming out very, very soon. There's a lot of rumblings of new gear coming out, and that always gets me so excited. So once again, thank you for watching. See ya.